Wow, this has been a mental week of Premier League football. It's only right you and me sit down and go through every game, showing our predictions, what actually happened, and why we're an idiot and completely wrong.
I tell you what, I'm still getting my breath back. So less waffle, let's get straight into it with Arsenal 3, Aston Villa 1. And I tell you what, I watched this on the telly box, Theo. I thought it was men against boys. Obviously, Emile Smith-Rowe, he was incredible, wasn't he?
Talk about improvement. That geezer, every game I watch him, people doubt him. I don't. I think he's excellent. He's pushing on every match. He's been doing it in the England under-21s lately. Every Arsenal game, he's turning up. He's got blistering pace.
Yeah.
It's great to see. Aubameyang as well. At home, he's scoring every game now.
He is, Theo. And also Thomas Partey. He could have got a hat-trick in the first half. He got his goal. He's strong. I like a central midfielder, don't I?
The whole team was brilliant. I think the whole block they've got with Ramsdale, Gabriel and Ben White is great. What a run from Ben White through the defence. Just an overall top performance for Arsenal. Question marks for Aston Villa.
I tell you what, Theo, they've now lost 3 in a row. They're looking a bit tired, aren't they, Theo?
They are.
Chelsea 7, Norwich 0. I tell you what, I predicted 2-0. But Chelsea, some of their young players are incredible, aren't they, lad?
Nobody expected that.
No.
7-0. I predicted 3-0. You predicted
2-0.
2-0, Thogden.
Oh, no, I got that
That's
wrong.
more than
Because
3x wrong.
Let's not forget Lukaku was injured.
Yeah, so was Timo Werner. But
I know.
Chelsea won the Champions League. What did I say? They've got the squad depth, Thogden, and also they're playing a championship team.
That is true. Now, Norwich were truly embarrassing. I don't know what they're doing in this league, but let's talk about Mason Mount.
Yeah.
He's had a really barren run, and suddenly he gets a hat-trick. But before you comment on him, Mateo Kovacic, I thought he was sensational there.
Dad, the whole team was excellent.
Yeah.
You know, both wing-backs scored. Chilwell's now got, I think, 4 consecutive games with goals. He's a left wing-back.
I know.
Reece James comes into the team, gets an important goal with a lovely cheeky dink. I thought that was great. Loftus-Cheek, I thought he was finished when he was having those big injuries with his back. That geezer's playing like he's fighting for an England call-up again. I mean, it's honestly mental how many talents they've got in there. Hudson-Odoi, goal and assist. Do Chelsea have the best academy in the world?
I think quite possibly they do. And I tell you what, Chelsea are top of the league. They're capable of winning this league. They're capable of winning the Champions League.
Hold on, but Dad, no, listen to me.
The strength in depth is incredible.
But listen to me, Dad. Who has a better academy than Chelsea Football Club?
I think nobody at the moment, Theo. Honestly.
With the amount of talent. I mean, and it's not even in the Chelsea team. It's in Southampton. Look at the goal scorers for Southampton today.
Yeah.
Broya, Livramento.
Yeah.
That's Chelsea. They have an incredible academy, proven from one weekend in the best division in English football.
Crystal Palace 1, Newcastle United 1. I predicted 2-1, and it really should have been. Now, Benteke scored, but the chances he missed, Theo, phenomenal.
The thing is, Benteke, he's scoring goals, in fairness to him, but you've got to beat Newcastle at home. It's one of those fixtures where if you want to stay in the survival in the Premier League and you look at that Newcastle team, you simply have got to beat it. They didn't. It's one of those games where, it's a point each. I still think his goal was pretty good.
Oh, superb. And Callum Wilson's overhead kick was absolutely phenomenal. But if you don't take your chances, you don't get all 3 points. That is 2 drop points for Crystal Palace.
Now we're moving on to Everton versus Watford. Now, let me do a little storyline of what happens. Okay, Everton score. Everything's looking easy. They're at home to Watford, thinking they're going to take home 3 points. Rafa with a smile on his face. Josh King scores. Fair play, nice goal. Richarlison comes on and gets a goal a minute later. The story's about how he's returned to Everton. They're winning 2-1. Just hold on from here. What happens after the 75th minute is football history. Thogden, explain it.
I cannot explain it, Theo. This was absolutely sensational. I thought it'd be 2-0. I got the 2 right.
Yeah.
It was 5-2 to Watford. Now, the thing about Everton, Theo, they often mess up against newly promoted teams. And I think the wheels might be falling off the bus here. And I tell you what, they didn't spend in the summer, did they?
Yeah, but Dad, one result and you're saying this. I mean, when Everton were on form, you never said that. You never questioned them.
5 goals conceded to a team who will probably be relegated is not acceptable in any degree.
Haven't Watford got like 4 wins now? How are they going to get relegated, Thogden?
Well, that is
they look good.
Now, Josh King got the headlines with 3 goals, but Emmanuel Dennis, you must be delighted for your FPL team. 26 minutes, 1 goal, 2 assists, 4 key passes. Why are you not smiling?
I played my wild card and sold him.
Oh, you mug.
Having said that, he probably would have been on my bench away to Everton.
Yeah.
I never thought he'd come away with 3 contributions. And Dad, Claudio Ranieri, we all doubted him. after they got battered by Liverpool. But Liverpool probably the best team in the world right now from the way they're playing. You go to Everton away and come away with 5 goals and a win. Claudio's a history maker.
Absolutely brilliant. Sometimes you just got to admit, I can't fathom this result.
It's mental. Ben Foster can't wait for the video.
Leeds United 1, Wolves 1. Now, I thought this would be 2-1 to Wolves, but I tell you what, Leeds were the better team in terms of possession, in terms of shots. They went behind to a Hwang early goal and equalised very, very late through Rodrigo. What are you thinking, Theo?
I'm thinking Hwang's on my bench. If FPL can,
what a muppet.
It's come back to haunt me again. I'm so fuming. I'm not so mad because I predicted this perfect.
You
what
did,
a way.
I know. I was very impressed by Rodrigo. I tell you what, he worked very hard. He got the late goal. He stepped up to take the penalty. That takes some balls, doesn't it?
I wish Rafinha took it though. Anyway,
I know.
I think this was a great game in terms of fans as well. Apparently, the atmosphere was electric at Ellen Road.
Yeah.
So fair play on the draw. Geldhart is a joke of a player. Now I know what Leeds fans were banging on about me when I was going to the game in Fulham. They were saying, watch out for him. He's smashing in academy games. I'm like, all right, fair play. It's academy though. And he's gone and basically won Leeds a point single-handedly on his solo run through about 3 different Wolves players to win that penalty. So fair play to Geldhart. Great player.
Southampton 2, Burnley 2. I thought Southampton would win this one 1-0. I got this wrong. The difference was Maxwell Cornet. That second goal, that volley was incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the header as well. He's just a finisher.
He is.
He's a killer for Burnley. It's exactly what they need if they want to survive. When he was injured, their results looked bleak. Now he's back. They've got to find a win, don't they, Burnley?
They do, Theo, but Livramento for Southampton. He hit the post and then he got his first goal for the club and he got me 9 points in FPL.
He was on my bench.
No, I didn't even know that. That is quite shocking. But overall, Theo, I thought there were a couple of defensive errors here. I think if it had been tighter defensively, it could have been a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, the Chelsea boys representing Southampton tweeting, saying, they want to hold him on forever. Armando Broja has now scored 2 goals in 2 games. Every week he's looking even better. And it's exactly what he needs in the best league in the world to be tested at such a young age. He could be the future of Chelsea FC, unless Southampton come in with a cracking bid. I don't think it'll happen. You could look at it one way. Saints probably want to beat Burnley on home on paper, even though they had some good solo performances. Burnley, they need to find it from somewhere. So I'm unsure where to stand on this. I think Hazenhüttl needs to crack on and get some wins in the next few games.
Theo, I'd say this is a bad result for Southampton. You've got to beat Burnley at home. Brighton and Hove Albion 1, Manchester City 4. I thought City would win this 2-0, but City, the gulf in class here was astonishing. 14 shots on target. And one man, my favourite young player, Phil Foden, was truly outstanding.
Yeah, I thought this would be Brighton 1, Man City 3.
Yeah.
It was 4-1. That Lewis dunk off the line clearance. Yeah. If that went in, first of all, my prediction would have been correct, so it hurts even more. It was one of the best things I've ever seen in football. The battle versus Lamptey and Grealish was so exciting. Tariq Lamptey, if you don't know, through lockdowns when he was breaking through onto the scene for Brighton, I am someone who really appreciates him as a footballer. Now that he's back in the team, I'm more than delighted to watch him again. He smashed Grealish in their little battles on the pitch. It was a good game for Brighton in some parts, but they did get smashed 4-1.
Yeah, just a difference in quality. I thought Grealish was very, very good. Bernardo is having a good season. Jesus, you could name the whole team again.
You could. This is
City
the thing
are
with
just
City.
impossible to play.
Every single player was brilliant. Foden, excellent again. That guy is just improving week in, week out.
Theo, I think within 5 years, we could be calling him one of the best players in the world.
Well, I hope so, because it'd be great for the England's midfield.
Brentford 1, Leicester City 2. I thought this would be a 1-1 draw, but the difference was that incredible goal from Yuri Tielemans there.
Oh, just amazing. And the funniest thing about this game was everybody bought Vardy in, captained him on FPL, thinking, yes, this is the differential now that Lukaku is injured. And then it's Tielemans and Maddison with the goals. It's just a bit funny, isn't it?
Absolutely. It was all about the midfield because Iheanacho didn't really do anything. I know Daka got an assist when he came on, but for me, this was all about the finishing. Yeah. Ivan Toney missed a very big chance. This should have been a draw. Brentford should have got something from this game.
That's why it hurts, because my prediction was Brentford 2, Leicester 2.
Yeah.
And now you understand why from watching the game, Thogdad.
West Ham United 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0. I thought this would be a 1-1 draw, and we went to this game, didn't we, Theo?
We did.
And do you know what? For a neutral, I thought this was a very entertaining game. Now, not in terms of the big chances, but in terms of the football. There were some superb performances by West Ham players.
Yeah, I thought it was decent. It was a very cagey match, especially in the first half, start the second. When the game started to open up, I thought this is some good football going on. Antonio got the most important goal from the corner. West Ham held on. There were moments in that game, though, Dad, you were saying Tottenham looked like a world-class team there.
Well, there are times when that interplay between Son and Kane and Ndombele and Lucas Moura is absolutely superb. There was one pass from Kane that was ridiculous, but they didn't do enough of that.
What they miss is a creative midfielder who can sit there and create and let Son and Kane stay in their forward positions and just let them do their thing. They don't have anyone in the midfield. Oliver Skipp and Højbjerg, for me, They miss one real creative, attacking-minded player like an Eriksen, who can literally sit there and ping to Son and Kane. They don't have that. That's what they missed, I think.
Absolutely, but full marks to the likes of Ben Johnson and the likes of Cresswell, Fornals, of some really good individual performances. But that goal shouldn't have been allowed to happen, should it? If you're a Spurs defender, you are wobbling your head.
Absolutely. Listen, I predicted 2-2 for this game. I was very wrong. West Ham, congratulations on getting the 3 points. They're just getting step to step. How they can play midweek in Europe and smash it there, and then Tottenham at home on the way.
And I tell you what, a massive shout out to West Ham. I thought the atmosphere was great and the fans that we met were so friendly and welcoming. Thank you very much. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 5. This is a result that will be talked about for years to come. Where do we start? It has to be Mo Salah. Best player in the world, Theo. Am I right?
Well, you know Messi's the GOAT. But on current form, Salah's the best, isn't he?
Absolutely, Theo. But let's not just talk about Salah, who of course got 3 goals and an assist, and he's going to be everyone's captain forever in FPL unless he gets injured.
Thank God I captained this week. I was on the verge of putting Havertz on captain. And I know Chelsea won 7-0, but he wasn't involved in any contribution. So up the Salah captainers out there. What a result for Liverpool. But I think we need to move on to United. I want to move over to what Paul Scholes said on BT Sport after the Atalanta 3-2 win. He said, if you try play that football against a good team with world-class footballers, you're going to be 3-4-0 down at half-time.
Yes.
They were 4-0 down at half-time. Paul Scholes may have had some stinkers lately on social media, but he's got that one spot on.
But Theo, if you look at the team sheets, look at that United team sheet. Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Pogba, of course he came off the bench, Rashford, Greenwood. These are world-class players. The difference was they were disorganised. They didn't have a clue what they were doing. And I thought Liverpool was superbly coached and superbly set out. Naby Keita, Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson had 144 touches, Theo. He was magnificent. He ran that game.
Well, Liverpool had a system. Man United didn't. That's the difference.
And that is the difference, and this is the key. They're not coached.
They're not coached. Ole has to go.
Has to go right now.
He's shocking. I mean, I saw it against Atalanta. They scored 2 easy goals. They blew it. Thank God they brought that back thanks to some solo efforts. If they didn't, he probably would have been sacked then. This result is a reality check for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United fans. He's not the man to bring Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues, and other big trophies to one of the biggest football clubs in the world. And if you want that, you have to bring in a big name. I don't know, Antonio Conte could be an example. That would be way better than what you've got right now. Why are the board slacking? Because they tweeted today saying, Ole's looking forward to the next 3 games. You know, he's got his progress and set on the mind and all this stuff. I don't care. Why have the board come to a conclusion that keeping him is the right thing to do?
Because they don't want to pay the payoff. They don't want to invest in a new manager. Those United players, many of whom are superb players, they looked shell-shocked. They looked angry. Pogba was sent off. Cristiano could have been sent off. Bruno could have been sent off. They didn't want to be on that pitch playing for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
And what does Ronaldo think right now? I mean, he looks around him. He scored a good goal that was disallowed by VAR.
Yeah, that was a good
strike. Kicked Curtis Jones, which some argue is a red. Do you think moving to Man United under Ole was the right decision for him?
He thinks I've made a mistake. He doesn't want to be embarrassed by Mo Salah. He was completely embarrassed.
It's not a mistake if Ole goes today. If he leaves and they bring in a top-class manager who can bring trophies in the short term whilst Ronaldo's in a Man United shirt, then it makes sense. Absolutely. It has to happen now, or Manchester United Football Club are not going to make the most of Ronaldo and this era of a special group of talented footballers.
Yeah, I think United, 1 point in 4 games. They've played some easy games that got them 4th in the league. They've got some difficult fixtures coming up. They've been found out by better teams. And it shouldn't be like this because they've got one of the most expensive squads in world football.
By the way, Firmino gave his shirt out to a Man United fan at full time. What was going on there? Well, can someone explain in the comments what that was?
That's a nice thing, Theo. Why not? Why shouldn't he do that?
It's a Man United fan.
I know, that's a good point.
It's a Liverpool player.
Yeah.
Dad, you are a man.
But let's talk a little bit more about Liverpool because superb on the day.
Incredible.
Jota, we've not mentioned him yet. He was brilliant.
I don't know what's going to happen with AFCON, with Salah and Mane, if they're going to go or not. If Liverpool will plead against it and they're allowed to keep their players, over one of these massive tournaments, they could go on to win the Prem.
Yeah.
Champions League, why they should be up for it. Now that Van Dijk's back, they're back with their old team that has won it.
Yes.
So there's a lot of, potential trophies to be won with such a golden era team. Liverpool have such a friendly team. They have such a nice team.
Yes.
Like, it's very easy to like them.
Yes.
Because of the group of players that they have.
Well, Theo, that is the irony, that players like Naby Keita and Jordan Henderson and Diogo Jota probably wouldn't have got in that United 11.
I know.
And yet they ran the game with Mo Salah. And I'll never forget the image at half-time. Thousands of Man United fans leaving the stadium. They'd had enough.
Difference of managers, Thogdad. That's why Naby Keita is in this Liverpool team and probably wouldn't get in the United.
Yeah.
Difference of managers. Guys, comment down below. What do you think should happen with Manchester United? What should they do? Do the Glazers have to go, or Ole, or let me know in the comments below.
The Glazers own it. You can't go out and say the Glazers must go.
Yeah.
They own the thing. Why should they go?
Leave in the comments down below. Crazy game. Should have been there, to be fair. Please smash the like button. How many likes are we going for?
Oh, let's go for 10,000 likes.
If we get 10,000 likes, we'll continue to do these roundup videos where, after a good week of Premier League football, you guys put in the comments, say, please do a roundup, please do a roundup. We'll do one. If that's what you enjoy, I want to see the love in the comments. And smash the like. 10k likes, come on.
It's just a dad and his lad having a rant.
That's it.